Well, of course, Nompumelelo, as I said a little bit earlier, still here at the BRICS Summit and being hoped to be joined by the Telecommunications Minister Siyabonga Cwele. He is indeed here with us at the 10th BRICS Summit here at the Sandton Convention Center. Minister, thank you so much for your time. I suppose the significance and importance here for you in many respects, besides just the engagement, will certainly be how the digital economy becomes a huge factor, and how you ensure that you learn from your counterparts and push that forward for South Africa.
Oh, thank you, Gumede, and the listeners. We're very excited to be in this 10th BRICS anniversary on the year of centenary of Madiba.
Yeah.
Of course, the issue of the fourth industrial revolution and the new digital economy is quite very important for us. As a country, we are trying to say, as BRICS countries, we should have some coordination of this fourth industrial revolution and reporting to the head of states. We hope that that should be the outcome, and particularly under the presidency and the chairmanship of President Ramaphosa, to have a focused working group on the fourth industrial revolution by BRICS countries in cooperation, which is cutting across different departments. Secondly, we are hosting this BRICS ICT ministers in Durban later in September, following the ITU Telecom, where we'll be actually showcasing these future technologies, whether is it networks or the materials, and how this Internet of Things and the fourth, fifth generation networks and the new forms of manufacturing is going to roll out, and how we'll support that. To us, we are emphasizing the issue of engagement and involvement of our communities, our small businesses, so they are not left behind. The issue of skills training is going to be quite critical, so that the future skills are going to be 65% of them won't be needed in 10 years' time. So we have to start looking at what skills, what soft skills do we need for the future, so that we can, our workforce, our labor can be able to withstand this revolution. Your
communication then with the education department is quite key then, right? Because you can't necessarily do it alone. The engagement you have with the Department of Education and basic education in and of itself means that you need to skill people in tasks and jobs that are beyond what we're currently seeing. Are you getting that right?
We are getting it right. That's why His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced earlier this year in his State of the Nation address that he will be appointing or forming this fourth industrial revolution commission or advisory council, so that we can coordinate, because if we don't coordinate, we won't have greater impact. What is also exciting, as we're preparing for this BRICS, we're engaging our citizens, going to various areas in our provinces, so that it's not just about technology, it's about new form of production. For instance, I was in Uppington. They are big in agriculture there. How do we use this technology and the Internet of Things to improve our agricultural production? How do we improve our mining production so that it's less harmful to our citizens, but we can extract more value for it?
And adding more technology to the cause as well, and making sure that the process in itself is easier. In doing so, you have to advance and make sure that the younger people are part of that process. Are you luring them and attracting them sufficiently as well to the process?
What has been exciting to me in the outreach I've participated, the majority of the people who were participating were the youth, and those particularly who are trying to start their own businesses, which means our youth is active and participating. As we prepare, even in the business sector, there's also the youth. As we go to Durban in September, we're working with our bigger companies. So I'm very happy some of the bigger companies will be sponsoring our youth to actually participate there, because it's them really who are the future. The key element is also innovation. That's why our science and technology institutions, they are helping us, because if we are leading in innovation then and cooperate as BRICS partners, then we've got a bigger market to for those innovative applications to be advanced. We are also looking in attracting investment. We are saying we are open to investment. Yes. We've got these big companies here. For instance, this morning, I had the privilege of meeting the new development bank, which is called BRICS Bank.
Of course, yes.
We're looking at how we fund our broadband infrastructure, that it reaches every town. It's not just limited to big cities, which is critical for future generation. But those are the key milestones we're trying to push, but also data centers, because there'll be so much information. This information, you must store it somewhere,
yes,
and then process it. So the issue of processing of the computers, the computer specialists we need for the future, and expanding the data centers to every province in our country is quite critical. Yeah. That's why we're attracting those companies to come and put their data centers here.
Very quickly, I'm running out of time, but I want to know from you, and it's a question that I've asked across the board today, and I'll continue to do so. What would be success for you when it comes to this BRICS Summit? How would you measure success at the end of this?
The success of this BRICS Summit is strengthening the cooperation in all sectors.
Yeah.
And particularly those sectors which will make sure that we cooperate around making sure that we take advantage of the fourth industrial revolution as BRICS countries and we're not left behind when compared to others.
Babu Cwele, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. That is the Telecommunications Minister Siyabonga Cwele there, unpacking just how he feels that the success of BRICS will be laid down moving forward. It is, as I said, the 10th BRICS Summit here at the Sandton Convention Center. I'll join you a bit later on.
Thanks very much, Arabile. A look at your international news after a short break.